Today, I'm going to show you what foods you should not be packing into your refrigerator. As you can see here, I got a buttload of foods which is considered the average of what most individuals will consume in their lifetime. Alright, so right here, we have breakfast burritos. Now, a good choice of any human's days to have breakfast. Why? Simply because it's a great way to go about having the right foods necessary for your body to function properly in the morning, whether you're at work, whether you're in extracurricular activities, or whether you're in other day-to-day functions of your life. So this is El Monterey burritos, right? Shredded steak, cheese, rice burrito, right? And as you can see here, you look to the back of the ingredients, there's a whole bunch of enriched wheat whole flour. There's niacin, reduced iron, guar gum, modified food starch, guar gum, and enriched wheat flour are basically inorganic ingredients, which is commonly found in most foods today simply because the way they go about manufacturing the foods, it's much more tasking less on cost efficiency and production using inorganic ingredients than taking the time to put organic ingredients into foods like these, right? And a common breakfast is sausage, right? Preferably, I'm not really with this brand in particular. There are many other brands that you can go to. Check out the ingredients on the back. You see that there's pork, mechanically separated turkey, who knows, whatever that is, because I sure don't. There's protein concentrate, which means it's not real. Sugar, there's dextrose, which is basically another form of sugar that was made in the process of it. Ground beef, I'm definitely in support of this because it's a form of protein that you can consume, and it's healthy for the body to get this, which is a form of protein, which helps in basic bodily functions like fat breakdown, building muscle, and regulating functions along the lines of it. Now, this is a day in the life of what most Americans will typically have in their refrigerator, and it's not due to the fact that people are lazy. That's not it. It's just that these are readily made, meaning it takes literally no time whatsoever to pop it into the microwave, eat, consume the food, right, then go about your day. That's as normal as it gets for most individuals, right? And when it comes to other things, right, Eggo waffles, which is the next best thing apparently, which is convenient, fast, and you pop it in the microwave, you go about your day, right? 290 calories for every 3 waffles, right? For every 3 sets of 4 waffles. So you can look at it as for every 4 waffles technically, right? Ingredients: wheat flour, niacin, reduced iron, water, sugar, vegetable oil, leavening, which is baking soda, sodium aluminum phosphate, and the ingredients go on a little bit further, right? Now, the whole point of this is to educate on the point where most individuals go wrong. And for me, I'm not an advocate of telling you which foods you should not eat, but these are foods that I typically am not fond of. I do consume this every once in a while, every once in a blue moon. And for me, that'll be like once every 3 or 4 months. But the whole importance of this is the serving size, because a lot of individuals don't look at the serving size before they consume the food and or beverage, and they consume more of it, more of what they should consume in a given sitting. And because of that, they end up gaining weight, their stomach is bloated, and they're not physically able to lose the weight or lose the stomach fat they want to lose and get rid of. So instead of not looking at the serving size, you want to be able to look at the right portions, look at what is on the box, and abide by it, right? It doesn't matter how hungry you are, it doesn't matter if what you've eaten, or if it doesn't matter if you feel as if you haven't eaten enough of what you bought. That's not the point. The point is for you to listen to what it says in the box of what the serving size is and abide by it, right? Now, this is one of America's most deadliest weapons. These are Hot Pockets, all right? And the serving size of this is obviously 1 and most individuals are having at least 3 of these in a day, if not 3, at the minimum 2. Apparently, one is not enough for me to satisfy my craving. One is not enough for me to just feel good, you know? And there are 310 calories in one of these Hot Pockets. And the ingredients, there is literally an entire paragraph of ingredients I'm not even about to list out. 10 grams of protein. This isn't really a food you want to consume just because it has protein in it, but this is one of those foods that I would not recommend. One, if you be experiencing any bloating, or the foods that you typically consume has some sort of effect on how you perform your day-to-day activities. You may not realize it, but foods like that doesn't give the body energy, doesn't give the body production that it needs to, one, have consistent energy in your day. It doesn't help you think cognitively, it doesn't help you to perform better throughout your day, and it just promotes laziness. And if you don't want laziness in your life, whether that's to become the best you can be in your workplace, whether it's to become the best you can be physically, or whether it's just to be better in how you take care of yourself, you don't want to be consuming foods like that whatsoever. There are many better alternatives you can find that is really just helpful to getting you to where you need to be, right? And it doesn't have to be the way that you start your day, all right? It doesn't have to be that way. And as you can see, this is a common ingredient that most individuals are consuming in their average day. Not something you should be consuming. Again, there's more in the back of these waffles, right? This is what you need to be consuming right here. Tilapia, 90 calories, right? If you go to the ingredients, what does it say? Tilapia, carbon monoxide, which is also treated to retain its natural color. That is it. There's nothing else in here, no other ingredients that shows that this is something that you should not consume. Personally, anytime I like to buy something or that I consider something to be good, there's normally a few ingredients in it that normally you understand basically what it is. If there's one ingredient you don't understand, then it's a product I would still consume. Why? Because for the latter parts, I know what I'm consuming. And this is 90 calories, and there's 20 grams of protein. This is something that would help you hit your weight loss goal, whether it's meeting a protein goal, helping you for weight loss, and your body gets enough of protein that it needs to get in a day. The importance is because it aids in simple processes like fat breakdown, building muscle, so you can go about your day with sufficient energy levels so you can do the things you need to do in your life and get it done essentially, right? More of this, right? More sausages in here. More waffles. As you can see here, we have Texas bread rolls. I'm not a fan of this. It is great value. There's 180 calories. Serving size is, well, one slice for obvious reasons. Most individuals are having beyond that serving size, and they don't focus on how many calories they expend in a day. And the serving size is more important than you know. It's a big reason why they have the serving size on the box. It tells you how much of what you buy should you be consuming in your day. And if you're not focusing on that, then you're making a huge mistake. Huge mistake. And for the latter part, we have corn dogs here and pizza rolls or pizza pockets, whatever you want to call them, which is also another red flag. Just because something is readily to be consumed, it doesn't mean you should be buying it. Pizza rolls. As you can see here, 200 calories. 200 calories. You know what the crazy thing is? Six rolls is 200 calories. Do you know how outrageous this is? It's not like it tells you can have 15 of them or 20. 6 rolls. 16 servings per container. You have to open this bag 16 times to consume 200 calories for only 6. Do you know how crazy that is? The average individual is having well over 20 of these, which is well over 600 calories. And in most cases, it could be 800, depending on how the individual is feeling in the present moment. If they're just eating just to deal with stress, or they're just eating to cope, or they're just eating because they claim they're simply hungry. Stay away from this. It's not going to help you hit your weight loss goals. It's not going to help you build muscle. And it's not going to help you limit that craving you keep having in your life. Now, as you can see here, this is pretty much an average of what the average individual is consuming in their day, what their refrigerator would look like in any given moment. The only good thing I see here is one, the tilapia, right? And that pretty much is the only thing in here. And there is pizza that pretty much is on the left hand, my right hand side actually. I wouldn't recommend that because pizza isn't really something that's going to be helpful to in the process of, well, you losing that stomach fat that hangs over your t-shirt, or you wadding some down your waist, of course. And there are pre-made meals here, typically found from your local grocery store. I mean, these are going to be more better than, you know, you snacking on Hot Pockets or you consuming pizza for the most part, or hey, pretty much what you have in your refrigerator, because these include a fairly average meal of what it would take for you to consume your day, right? So this is a Salisbury steak with brown gravy, 190 calories per serving, 8 grams of protein, 14 grams of fat, and what about the carbs? 9 grams of carbs. So again, this is okay. You know, just because it's packaged and ready to go doesn't mean it's something you want to, you know, focus on. But if you're somebody who's busy in your day, this is something that can help you to save time, save a lot of energy, and it's just quick and ready to go. So when it comes to that, right, I have 2 other meals just like this, but they're a little bit different. I'm not gonna really go over it because it's the same kind of concept when you're purchasing packaged meals that have already been made. Same concept pretty much. But that's pretty much what the average individual will consume in a day. The only good thing in here is the ground beef and the Salisbury steak, which I just showed you. The whole point of having pre-packaged meals like that is to, one, save you on time. It saves energy, and it's to make the production of your life a lot more easier. But you need to go about that in the right way. You don't want to just load up your fridge full of pre-packaged meals, whether it's mac and cheese, Salisbury steak, whether it's teriyaki chicken, whether it's chow mein. You don't want to just load up the fridge like that, all right? Lean protein, lean meat, protein packed, and it needs to be energy rich. You want to focus around adding these things into your life. So you want to make your life much more holistic. You want to make your life much more organic. Pretty much the only drinks that I am fond of is water right here, and then coconut water and mineral water in many other cases, because they contain very few ingredients. I know what goes into the drinks that I consume, but I'm more of an advocate of coconut water because it's organic in most cases. Well, in every case it's organic, and I get the best benefit possible, right, in terms of recovery and just be satisfying my thirst craving when I'm tired of drinking water. All right, but the most important thing you want to understand is proper regulation, because if you're not regulating what you're consuming in your day-to-day, and you don't have a high enough protein intake in your day, your body doesn't get enough of that, then it's going to be very hard for you to maybe tone up a little bit, widen out your frame, build out your arms. If that's your goal, you want to give your body what it needs, the right vitamins, sufficient enough minerals, so you can so the body can function in the processes it needs to get you to your goal. And if you're not getting to your goal, there are many reasons why that's physically not happening. You want to understand this. The serving size can either be your friend or it can be your enemy. Just like with the Hot Pockets I showed you. Not the Hot Pockets, the pizza rolls. Those small little pizza rolls. Yeah, those little things. 6 of those is 200 calories. The average individual is not consuming 6 of those. They're consuming at least 20 in a sitting. And maybe if they're feeling generous, they'll consume another 20 of those in a day. Immediately, that's well over 1,600 calories. That's more than what that's more than what many Americans are consuming in a day, because they barely burn any calories. If you burn only a few hundred calories and you eat like that every day, you can imagine the gap, the threshold of how many calories you consume to how many calories you burn. The gap begins to widen. And if you don't want that gap to widen, it's very important you look at the serving size, look at what you buy, and you put a serious restriction to how much you're eating in the sitting. Maybe you can share something that you buy with your friend, right? Maybe you can share or split what you buy with a family member. That will limit the initiative to consume more than what you have originally intended to consume in that sitting. The serving size is incredibly important, and especially for weight loss, it can either make or break your results. And if you want results in your life, you adhere to the serving size so you can drastically change your life. That's going to be for this YouTube video. Look, if you got any insights or if you want to share a perspective on any video you want to see yourself that you want me to make personally for you, let me know in the comment section below, man, and I can personally work on something your way. Again, that's going to be for this YouTube video. Peace.